Because see, to the degree that people, and individuals and people groups have been polarized, sucked into their own silo, to that degree they adopt an us versus them mindset, which means part of their us is defined by the against them mindset. And to that degree, of course, they feel righteous over and against that other group, which is becoming increasingly evil. And to the degree that it gets sucked deeper and deeper into their silos, they see the world in just black and white categories. We're 100% right and they're 100% wrong. And see, at that point, folks, when people get sucked in that deeply, now when you look at people who oppose you, you don't even see people. What you see is the enemy. What you see is a label. What you see is a category. And what you're really seeing is a judgment. You're not seeing the people as individuals. You're seeing categories. But see, the call to love means we can't ever see people as categories. We can't ever see them as the real enemy. We can't ever see them as people that are not worth talking to. This is where cancel culture comes from. You can have, say, 100 right things, but see, the deeper a group gets in this us versus them mindset, the more it becomes important to them that you have absolute conformity. And if you're not for us, then you can be against us. And so now, if you walking the way of love, living in love, seeing people in terms of love, when you see that those people are actually people, and that they have their own, they're human just like you are, and they have their own trials just like you do, and you begin to see that maybe they're not altogether evil, maybe they've got some good points, maybe there's something you might learn from them. You talk like that, and you might find yourself censored. Why? Because you're ruining the party. To the degree that groups get sucked into this us versus them mindset, they feed off the contrast. That's what judgment does. And it feels righteous to talk about how bad they are, how stupid they are, ignorant they are. That's part of the buzz. That's the righteousness buzz we've talked about. You come along and say, well, there are some good points. You're sucking the energy out of the room. You're a killjoy. You're a party spoiler. If you're not for us, you must be against us, and now you can become part of the enemy. See, Jesus said that we're to love like the Father loves. We're to love like the rain falls. We're to love like the sun shines. We're to love indiscriminately. We don't get to pick and choose who we love. In fact, Jesus says, love like this, Matthew 5, 44 and 45. Love like this, that you may be children of your Father in heaven. That's the criteria that he provides for us, that you may be. This is how we manifest that we're children of the Father in heaven, because we can love in a way that the world can't love. But we can only love that way if we're resisting the pull of the polarizing powers that are always trying to get us to turn on flesh and blood.